Hello everyone, Sean here once again, and we are back on another poly bridge. This is World 4, number 13, Diagonal Drawbridge. So, quite I guess an theoretically easy one here. We have to go there to there. I really don't think we can do much other than go directly, because anytime that we decide to go a little flatter in one section, we have to go steeper in another. So I really don't think that this sports car, even though it's got a lot of horsepower, if we started to, let's say, do this section in the middle here, I'm just gonna put a rope so that I can start here. Get rid of that. If we did this section here horizontally, for example, in order to make a drawbridge, that would make this incredibly steep. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So, let's get back to what we had here. This is the shape we're going to go with. I think we might try and adapt this just a hair, however. I think from there, if we delete this, because we did have just a little bit of road remaining at the end, why don't I go backwards for this section? And what I want to do is this. Go this way. Are we actually making a difference there? Yeah. So what I was going to solve, let me just point this out before I try and do this. This piece is just inside of this balloon, so I'd like to pull that back a little bit. And I certainly have room because I have this tiny piece over here. So if I take these out, start here, and do this. Yeah. Let's actually just cover it from both sides. I want to do that, but I want it to go here instead. Basically, I want to make this part of the drawbridge that I have to move as small as possible. So, seems easy. Let's do this. Let's first we have to worry about this little piece right here. And I'm not gonna connect those, actually. I'm just gonna have that. Cool. Just testing that piece. This will rest there. So this car will get up on there, and then when this one comes through, it'll just push this out of the way. So now we just have to do the very large task of turning this into a drawbridge, which I think I'm going to go down for that. I think I want to support it as it rotates down. So from here, should we try and support this with steel or wood? This part is going to support this whole piece there, so I do want to support this from underneath. If we're gonna take this section there and rotate it down, I don't want to have anything above it, so that when it rotates down to vertical, I can tuck everything away nicely away behind it. So turn triangles on. Something like this. Separate that there. And then we need to support this piece very strongly. So I think if we turn triangles back off, and then from there just kind of triangulate this out. And use that as a wall anchor. Can that connect there now? I wonder if this would be easier just to do this. And then what would be the best way to support this side over here? I think it would actually be to support above. Tie it into there. Let's build up a, let's do that, there we go. Oh, before we connect this piece, let's do this. Build up a nice tall structure here. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, does this hold on its own? Does it hold this car? Alright, we're good so far. So. That's too far there. Let's reimagine this a bit. I would like to push this based on that, so I want to have that there. I'd like to connect those there. That'll be wonderful. Let's do that. And I think that might be an issue if it doesn't contract quite far enough. So let's just see how that goes. I did break it off. Oh yeah. Okay, so I also have to do this to make sure that that stays a triangle, because with those going slack. There we go. Oh, that went slack as well. There we go. Okay. We're going to start there. Yeah, that's a lot of weight to be putting on that one spot, so the good news is I think we did the angle right. The bad news is that bridge is not going to go back. So yeah, a lot of weight put on this position right there. Can we put a spring? Will that work? Yeah, let's put a spring at neutral. Hopefully that'll... The problem is there's a lot of weight was put on it all at once. So I'm wondering if a spring might... Oh, yeah. What if we just reinforce this piece nice and strong? And I want to go across to there too. Is that breaking in the right way? Yep, it is. Okay. Yeah, so this is not the best way to do that. Even that might be better. It'd be better if we can control it from farther out here, but let's see if this will work for the time being. It does drag it in, but it's not going to drag it in far enough. Yeah, that balloon is going to snap it right there. So... I mean, we can just do the same thing and sort of do one of these guys. That'll make it very easy to control that. So contract. Actually, that piece, I don't even know if we have to contract that. That will work. I'm concerned about those triangles starting to try and pull that farther than it goes. Yeah, like that. So they need to keep the pressure outward. I think something like that. Oh, right. It needs to be more an extended muscle form. So what we normally do is we set up, when we're going to expand, we want it to look like this. We want it to look squat so that it goes that way. But we want it to contract. We need to start it looking like this, looking like an expanded muscle. So that should do. Now we might have to manipulate that in a few couple of ways to get that to come down the right distance. Still not far enough, but we're doing better. Now what we can do here is try and put a muscle here. Alright, sorry, a hydraulic there into the muscle. That will actually help that to contract just a little bit farther, which is really all we need. As long as it doesn't invert, or that this point is past that, that way when it expands back, it'll end up expanding the wrong way. So I think we've just, nope, we haven't quite covered it yet. So let's do a little bit of that, make these just a little bit longer. If not, we're going to have to move this support piece to right here, which I think will still be quite good. Yeah, so that's when it goes too far. Pulls that piece in. Actually, you know what I want to do? I was going to see if that, yeah, it doesn't really matter. What I was going to say is, let's see if this piece coming in to meet that is too much, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to go based off this point now anyway. So if we do this, we expand that, we should be good. And as long as the total expansion here plus 7.6 meters. So this would be about 2.25. So as long as that is not longer than half of both of these combined. So this is 0.8, 0.9. So that will probably go too far. I need to make this a little bit. Yeah, we can't have this, once it expands, be longer than the sum of those once they're contracted, or else it'll snap. So, just some quick measurements. That should be much better. There we go. Alright. Now, as long as it has all it needs to push that back up into place, we should be good from here on out. Smooth sailing. Goodbye, blimp. Oh, yeah, those last pieces stick out quite far. And, oh, it doesn't lock. Didn't lock back in. Did not have enough strength to get that. I wonder if I have to make this a little bit more. Yeah, it didn't have enough strength to push it all the way back into place over here. Too far. Contracting too far. And I think we can control that just by causing this to expand a little bit less. I suppose we really haven't gotten to the point where we've tested this little trap door that we have over here. We haven't gotten to the point for our little blue car to make a run for it. I do have to hope that as it lifts it up and drops it, that this piece doesn't break as well. So, first and foremost, we want that to lock back in, which it does not do. So, our car's off, and that's going to slam in. Oh, it wasn't going to slam into that at all. Yeah, we're still not lifting back up to the proper point to meet there. So I just want to give it some help. This is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to give this just a little bit of help. This is going to expand by like 4%. And we're going to control that. Oh, we can't control it, can we? We don't have the hydraulic controller. Why is that not returning to where it should go? All right, why don't we build this up a little bit here? Make sure these are not. Just make sure that that point isn't really moving throughout this. I'm also going to reinforce that. So, I want to make sure that this point isn't moving at all throughout this process. Because I think with that bridge coming down a little bit, maybe one of these pieces was just kicking in with the tiniest amount, which caused our swing once we go back for this point not to meet up and lock back in. So now that we've done steel beams along there, we should be in a better position. None of that should have moved. That was the problem. Alright, there's just a tiny bit of swing. Alright. And we have our car going down. 100%. Oh, we got across. So, easy fix. This one piece is just... it is actually more... Because the car is in such strong motion, it is more... strenuous for the bridge to control a car that's going that fast. So... we should be good here. Just reinforce that one piece that broke. That's all that caused. That is quite a big blimp, flying very low. You could just go higher. That would make this all much easier. You could just have a straight bridge, but nope. We got ourselves a daredevil blimp driver. Alright, lock back in please. And we're at 71%. This piece is already in a much better position than it was last time. And we're peaking at about 86. So now we're good to go. And under budget. Look at that. Lovely. Let's compare. See how everybody else decided to do this. Oh, we got a lot of... we could... Well, that sports car, once it got some momentum, actually could go much closer to vertical. So a lot of these ones... Oh, and look at that. Even without the momentum, managed to get that quite strong horsepower on that. Yeah, so my initial statement about not being able to go higher or flatter was absolutely wrong. These cars have a lot of flexibility there. So it looks like a lot of them. There we go. Now one's actually done a drawbridge. This one decided to go up instead of down. I wonder if that would have been easier. I mean, I think that what we did was not too difficult. And then this one has a double drawbridge, so the top part of this is going to curl, and then this is going to just lift this part. Quite a big change there. We've got curling on both sides here. Lots of ways to approach this. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone you think would enjoy these kind of games. That's all for now, and we will see you all in the next one.